Hello everybody, welcome back to Stitches with Charlie Feathers, and this is a Flosstube Extra. We're going to be having a flick through of 4 cross-stitch books that I showed on my last Flosstube, which was, I think, Flosstube 19 part 2, where I showed all my stitchy kindness and my haul. And I showed all of these books very briefly, but several of you asked for me to come back and show you the projects that are in these books, so I'd happily do that. So we've got Durene Jones, Cross Stitch Let's Travel, Landscape Motifs in Cross Stitch. We have Cheryl McKinnon of Tiny Modernist with her book Home Sweet Home, Modern Cross Stitch Designs for Home and Garden. We've got Cross Stitch for the Heart by Emma Congdon, and Cross Stitch Happy Days by Kyoko Maruoka, who is also known as Gera. That's her more popular name, I think. I'm going to save these two for the last because I think that many of you have probably already seen those, but I'll show them anyway. Ooh. I'm also planning to film a kit parade today if I get a chance before the light gets worse, so I've just got a whole crinkling pile next to me, sorry about that. So let's start with this one, Durene Jones, Cross Stitch Let's Travel, and this is such a beautiful book. So I bought this from Hobbycraft probably about a month ago. I had a voucher that was, I think it was spend £15, get £5 off. So this one was the retail price, which is £9.99. So in theory, I got this, for £5 because I bought a few other bits for my Charlie Feathers shops, like some cards and things. So yeah, I thought I couldn't leave this there. And you'll see why once we start having a look at the projects. So some of them are quite large, like this hot air balloon. And then some of them are like a lot smaller. Like I really like this landscape sort of bookmark shape project. And if you've been here for a while, then you know how much I like landscapes, and particularly houses and cabins that are surrounded by trees or in woodland. And I think that you could easily leave that hide and cow off if that doesn't fit with you. We've got a winter scene here with a snowman and some robins, which again is just so sweet, and I love circular designs. I just think they're really lovely. I'm not so keen on this one. Like I probably wouldn't stitch this one of Big Ben, but some people do like stitching cities and London, so that might be up your street. I love this one. Oh, just the flowers are so beautiful, and the beach and the boats and the little harbour. I think it's so sweet. Like, how cute are these little cottages here, and the little ladder. And I adore this. I'm definitely going to stitch this one with the lavender and the sheep and the butterflies. I think that is so, so beautiful. I would quite like to make some more bookmarks, so yeah. And then here there is some more designs. There's a few pages of this. They're all quite small, so we'll just go through them, shall we? So we've got a lighthouse and some boats. And these are so sweet. Look how tiny these are. You could stitch these up as little magnets or something really quick as gifts. These seagulls are cute. Really, really like this one with the seagull and the harbour. I think that's beautiful. Here, there's that scene before with the cow here, but this one's a larger. It's got a lake in the background and 3 Highland cows. So there is quite a lot of this design where there's a large design and then there's a smaller like insert of it for a bookmark or a smaller scene. Palm trees and a holiday destination. And again, there's the hot air balloon. The desert. Yeah. This one's quite cool, isn't it? With the black on the really colourful background. Poppies. And that was the robins that I showed you before. Love this deer one as well. Italy. The Taj Mahal, I think. New York. I hope I've got these right. and the Eiffel Tower in Paris. This looks like Amsterdam to me, or somewhere in the Netherlands. And London. Oh, and this is so sweet, this little harbour one. Love this one with the boat and the cottage. Looks like it's in Scotland, doesn't it? It's beautiful. The same with this one with the red cottage and the sheep. Holland. Train, another Dutch one with the windmills. And like an abstracty scene here. Another lighthouse. Deer. This one's quite sweet. I like how minimalist that one is. A windmill and some fields of tulips. Sheep amongst some cottages. This sunflower one, it really speaks to me actually. I've never been to Tuscany, but that's what I can imagine that it's like, Tuscany in Italy. But I really like the sunflowers. I really like the little house amongst all these yellows and greens. I think that's gorgeous. Another house with some florals. This one's sweet. The the winter scene with the rose hips. I really love this one, and the little cottages. And that's the harbour. That's the coastal harbour scene that we saw before. I think there's one more page. This one's quite sweet, isn't it? The circular design with the yellow flowers and the cottage. Echinacea, another scene by a river. Really like this one too. Various houses like a banner sampler sort of style. Poppies with a cottage. A VW wagon with some pine trees and some mountains. Another house in like a wintry sort of scene. I do like that one. Some colourful houses by a river. Love this one again. Very reminds me of Scotland, with the fells in the background and the thistles and the little boat here by the cottage. I think that one's really sweet. And the lavender fields with the cottages. I like that one too. A house with garden gate and like a beach sort of holiday destination with a beach cabin. I think that one's quite lovely. Like this one too with the bridge. I do like stone bridges like that. Tractor and a farm, the big silo, and a narrow boat by a thatched cottage. So yeah, that's that book. So there is probably about 4 or 5 designs out of that one that I would like to stitch eventually. Okay, next we'll move on to Home Sweet Home by Cheryl, McKinnon of Tiny Modernist. Just going to move you up a bit, so hopefully we can get the whole book in the shot. So again, this is the book with all the patterns at the front. So there's some nice pictures as you go into the front of the book. And this is probably the main reason I bought the book. I really like this. I'm not too keen on this bit, but I really like this row of cottages with all the flowers. I'm definitely going to stitch that one. Okay, if I bring you down, we'll just look at a page at a time for this one. So we have You Belong Among the Wildflowers, these baking with cakes, and we've got a coffee banner and a tea banner. I do quite like those. I particularly like the tea one. Craftiness is happiness. This one's quite fun, isn't it? And the bird amongst the violets, they look like to me. There's the Home Sweet Home one, which I'm definitely going to stitch. These ones are biscornus, which I've never stitched a biscornu. I've always wanted to try biscornu, so I might well give one of these a go. They're sewing machines, and that's like watering can with a fence and some flowers. A mannequin with one stitch at a time, and this really beautiful robin with strawberries and pansies. I think that's so lovely, that one. And on the next page we've got a beehive with flowers, some cottages at different times of the year. So we've got spring, summer, autumn and winter. Some cactuses. This one's quite sweet. the cottage with the flowers around it. Love this one. I do really like Tiny Modernists terranium, you know, the ones with the moons and the mushrooms on dark fabric, and it's sort of in the similar sort of tone, that one. I really, really like that one. Do Small Things with Great Love. Vintage Sewing Machine. Spread Your Wings and Fly. Love Grows Here with Cactuses. I think that's quite sweet. And that Welcome to My Garden that we saw at the beginning of the book. So yeah, that's the projects in that one. We can have a bit more of a flick through if you like, so you can. I think what's really lovely about this book is you could take a lot of the motifs, and you know, make your own design from it. So yeah, we'll just have a quick flick through so you can see them a bit bigger. They are really lovely, those biscornues, aren't they? Really spring-like. I'm not quite sure which one I do, actually. I quite like them both. I'm probably a bit more tempted by the sewing machine, I think. I love that robin one. Little House with Wreath. Yeah, that one's lovely. What's that one called? Nighttime Moths. Beautiful. There we go, and there's the charts at the back, so that's that one. We'll go on to Cross Stitch from the Heart, which I'm sure many of you have seen, and I bought this from the works because, as you can see, I got it for £6, which is an absolute bargain. So again, this is the similar thing where all the patterns are at the front and then the charts are at the back. So Emma Congdon's books are great. They've got lots of information about beginning to cross stitch and general instructions. So we'll just start looking at the designs. This one, Be Brave, My Heart, Have Courage, My Soul. So it is a bit different, actually. The charts are in between, so I'll just be wary of that. So life is the flower for which love is the honey. Isn't that so beautifully delicate with the little bees and the beehives? I love it. Back stitch is so delicate on that one. The ancient Greeks had different words for love depending on the context. Oh, so this is exploring love in different names. Like a more sampler style one. Like I really like this stamp here. And that little strawberry's really sweet, and the hearts. So that's what I mean. You could take motifs out of these and make your own little pillows or your own little designs, and I think that's what I like about these patterns. I love this one. I think Cross Stitch Bunny Lauren, I think she stitched this one. I love you for all that you are, all that you have been, all that you are yet to be. I mean, I'd love to stitch that for my daughters and put it in their bedroom. I just think it's such lovely wording. You are my sun, my moon, and all of my stars. And she, as everyone knows, I'm sure, that Emma Congdon is just the absolute queen of font and typography. She's really skilled at what she does, and her colour choices as well. Her designs are always so striking, and you see it and you think, yeah, that's an Emma Congdon. And I think you can do the same with Tiny Modernist, Cheryl McKinnon as well. Like, you can just see their designs straight away. So family are the people in your life who want you in theirs, the ones who accept you for who you are, who would do anything to see you smile, and who love you no matter what. Lovely, isn't it? Love this one. Together is my favourite place to be. I just love the cats and like the monochromatic design. That would be me if I had cats still. In the woods with my cats. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. I love this one. From one of the other Emma Congdon books, I think it was Cross Stitch for the Soul. I stitched a design for my good friend Caro, and it was never underestimate the difference that you make. It has some similar sort of birds, and it just came up so beautiful. Like I can imagine this on some Rustico Ada, the same that I did her other design on, and make like a sister piece for her. So I'd like to do that at some point. You're great. This is not what you have, but what you give. Be the reason someone smiles today. We rise by lifting others. That's beautiful. I love him. And this is about daily acts of kindness. So what we can do to lift other people up, like what gestures we can make. So complimenting friends, donating foods, give blood, volunteer your time. A big hug is good for you. I really like that one. I'd quite like to do that as a little pillow. Offer your seat. Talk to someone shy at a party. Say thank you. Give to food banks. Share. Cook extra to give away. Bake for a neighbour. Smile. Send flowers in tough times. Lend a hand. Forgive. Offer a ride. Call a loved one. If something was good, leave a nice review. Hold the door. Bake for a neighbour and smile. Help carry shopping. And woof, adopt a rescue. Love that. Give way and pick up litter. That dog is just the cutest. I love how the dog's like picking up the litter. This one's gorgeous. Let's root for each other and watch each other grow. I'm going to definitely stitch this for my good friend. You are very special to me. And I think it would just stitch up so quickly. I just love everything about it. The font, the colours, the bird holding the flower. I think it's so lovely. And you are so loved. Love yourself first, and everything else falls into place. That's gorgeous, isn't it? This one's lovely. A pattern specifically for Pride and the LGBT plus movement. Oh. Perhaps they are not stars, but rather openings in heaven, where the love of our lost ones pours through and shines down upon us to let us know they are happy. A really lovely memorial piece for if we've lost loved ones or friends, you know. And you could even put dates and names on this one, couldn't you? You could definitely, personalise that one. Follow your heart; it knows the way. Queen of Hearts. And is that the last one? Yes, it is. So that's that book, and it's gorgeous, isn't it? I'm definitely going to stitch some out of that, even if it's just some of the motifs. And the last one we have, I lusted after this book for so long, and I'm just not disappointed with it at all. It's absolutely stunning, this book. And it's Cross Stitch Happy Days by Gera. She's such an elegant lady, isn't she? Beautiful. So, oh God, this is so beautiful. The season in cherry blossom. Stunning. I love cherry blossom. So yeah, that's supposed to be a tea cozy, but you know, you could stitch that and put it in a frame, couldn't you? Or make it into a round pillow. A house diary. God, that is so lovely. A cross-stitch diary or book cover. Absolutely love these. Little storage boxes with florals on, particularly like this one with the purples and the blues. Cloudy scenes. Really like this one. The sunset, I think that one's lovely. Flora and fauna. And these have got like dates of the month on, so here we have the jellyfish bag, which I absolutely love. I love going down to the beach in the summer with my daughters and looking for jellyfish and identifying them, so I'd quite like to stitch that at some point. I think it's really cute. Fruit and fungi coasters, they're just really fun and vibrant, aren't they? Flower hoops, particularly like these pansies. I love those purples and yellows together. I think they're really, really pretty. And again, really quick to stitch for gifts. The swans and ducks, this is probably the main reason that I wanted this book. And I know Sarah said, Cross Stitch Sarah said in her recent Flosstube that maybe we would do a stitch along for this, because she also has this book and also loves the swans and ducks. I particularly like the swan with the signets on its back. So yeah, watch your space for a stitch along for this one. The Morning Glory needle case. Dolls of the World, and I really like them Matryoshka dolls. I think they're really beautiful. Wild Flowers. Cat Among the Thistles, which I know has been really, really popular. Many people really like this who have got the book. Time for Donuts. If you've got a donut lover in your life, like I have, my husband and my kids both all really love donuts, so it'd be nice to get that one stitched at some point, if it was just 4 of them in a grid, and put it up in our kitchen. Butterflies and hydrangeas. I think this one is just so pretty. So it's a whole hydrangea flower but made up of butterflies, and yeah, just the colours are absolutely stunning. I really, really like this one. Sorry about that, my camera just cut out. Let's try again. I'm struggling for storage on my phone. I've got lots of audiobooks and things on there at the moment. I need to sort it out. So yeah, as I was saying, jumping the fall with the flying squirrel, and I love all these ferns. I think it's gorgeous. Patchwork of happy things, all these lovely little motifs. The Needle Workshop, so precious, isn't it? My Town in Cross Stitch. Watcher of the Skies. I really like this design with the planets and the girl contemplating and all the stars above the city. I think it's really special. I like how that's finished as well on top of that box, the jewellery case. Happy Day sampler, so alphabet sampler for kids. I think this would be really fun. Summer Style, so your summer wardrobe. Winter Style, so fun, isn't it? The Birthday Tea Party. Oh, and I spoke about this one in my last Flosstube. Absolutely love this one. Stylish Girl. Catches a feather that falls from a passing swan in flight. And everyone here knows how much I love feathers. And Girl with Dove. Love that mustard yellow of her dress with the doves on it. And yeah, that's that book. So I really hope you enjoyed looking through all those books with me. I'm going to try and record this kit parade before we lose the light today. If not, I'm going to record it tomorrow, and I'm not quite sure when I'll get it uploaded. Maybe I'll have it ready for like next week, or I'll just see how I feel about putting it up. Oh, and if you're going to stitch any of the designs from this book, from these books, well, first off, let me know if you'd like to purchase any of these books after you've watched this video. And if you do, which designs do you think that you would stitch first? I'd love to hear about that. And, you know, maybe we could open some discussion about future stitch along. Anyway, lovely to speak to you. Take care. Bye.